Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. We're here talking about 12672 South Honolulu Court in Ahwatukee Custom Estates. I'm here with my friend, client, and the owner of that beautiful home, Mr. Clint Tinker. Clint, thanks for being with me today.
Hey, you're very welcome, Eric.
So Clint, tell us about Honolulu Court. How did it all begin?
Honolulu Court was a house that I came across looking for a residence here in Arizona. My family was here. My business was in California, so I decided I needed to be here full time and spend more time here. So I spent quite a bit of time looking for the right house because I always have to have the right house.
Yeah.
And I finally came across this house and it was beautiful. The second I saw it, I knew I had to buy it.
It was a special place.
It was very elegant, two-story, ivy on the walls, which you don't see here in Arizona very often. I didn't do much to the house because it was already the way I wanted it for the most part.
Right.
It had a lot of trees and a lot of grass and a beautiful backyard that set up against the desert preserve. So it was very private, very nice.
And that was part of why you ended up wanting to make a move from it. It was getting to be too much work, right?
It was. The water bills were getting out of hand, but it was just a lot of maintenance and I wanted to downsize. And at the time I'd decided to buy another residence in Park City.
Okay. So
I knew I was going to be going back and forth and it would be hard to maintain a house like that, you know, from a distance, especially in the summer.
Right. So you put it up for sale. You didn't have much luck the first couple go-arounds. Tell us a little bit about that process.
Well, when I first looked for an agent, you know, you pick up the home magazine sometimes and start there.
Yeah.
And I had a couple of people that I had 3 or 4 month contracts with, and there was a lot of traffic, but nothing really concrete. And I needed to find somebody that would be dedicated and want to sell the house and work it hard.
And didn't sell again, then I called you.
You did, and it was sort of a cold call, but I liked your personality and I liked your attitude, and I thought, you know what, maybe I should try somebody a little younger, a little fresher, and maybe they have some new marketing ideas or a different way to sell it.
Sure.
So we met very quickly and expeditiously. You came over, and I decided to give you a try.
I was swinging the bat.
You were swinging it hard. And I needed somebody that would really show up and show the house well. The other problem was it was a technical house, as my current house is too. A lot of automation. The applications that I used were hard for the other real estate agents to prepare the house for show. And it's hard because to really turn the house on and get it looking very, very nice, you have to have everything going. And the pool was automated, so you had to be able to turn that on. So one of your advantages was technically you were capable. The previous agents weren't quite as handy with technical matters as you were.
Now I had my fair share of trouble, but whatever it takes, I was figuring it out.
And we got it going, and we just, the house showed very well, and it was just the right time, and I was trying to find the right buyer because I'd become a little emotionally attached to the house, and I didn't want to sell it to just anyone.
Right. Did you feel like we got the right buyer for you?
I do. I do.
All right, so you were gonna downsize, and now we're sitting here with one of the best views I've seen in a long time in a 6,800 square foot house. You didn't downsize.
Well, I should have said downsize meant less maintenance. I had 7 separate lawns and shrubs and trees everywhere, and it was just a lot of work to keep the property up.
Feels better to have
this.
This
house is truly in the middle of the desert, and instead of having 18 sprinkler valves, I only have 2 drip valves here.
So you've done good.
I did, and the other thing is it's much easier to shut this house down and go to Park City for the summer because it's a little cooler there than it is here in the summer, and I don't worry about it.
Good.
It's very low maintenance.
So you met with a number of agents when you made the 3rd selection for the 3rd time's the charm at bat. Was there anything defining that I brought to the table that really set me apart from the competition?
I think what set you apart was your youth, your energy level,
Yep.
You were very enthusiastic.
Yep.
And you adapted to the technical challenges of getting the house prepared to show people.
Yeah.
You know, most of the time, the selling agent doesn't want the seller there
Right.
to turn on or turn off everything. And
Yeah.
I felt pretty confident that when I'd leave, because you had a showing,
Yeah.
that the house would all be running properly and
Yeah.
the water features and everything else would be operating like they should.
Cool.
So that was the main reason. I would say it was a good experience. It took a little bit of time to adjust to somebody doing it a little bit differently than the other people.
Yeah.
But once I understood what your motives were and how you were going to operate, I felt very confident. I absolutely would use you again.
Awesome.
It would be a pleasure, and we know each other now, so
Yeah.
you don't have that beginning trying to figure out the dynamics of what's going on.
Yeah.
And it was very smooth at the end, and it closed very easily, and everything went great.
Which brings us to our next point. I'm very grateful for your continued support, your friendship. It's been great getting to know you and Laura over the last few years. So really appreciate all that you do for us.
Oh, you're very welcome. And I appreciate you. I mean, you've invited me to so many fun things.
Yeah.
The swimming pool at the Diamondback Stadium was a classic.
That was a classic.
Even though I didn't go in the swimming
You did,
pool.
yeah, you didn't get in, but I was head first into that pool.
Yeah, and your parties, and you've done a really great job staying in touch.
Yeah.
And letting the people know that you've worked with what the real estate market is doing, even though not all of them want to sell it right now.
Right.
But at least you know. And I also know that if I have any question, or I want to find out what my neighbor's house sold for,
Yep.
or what the values are in my area, I can always call you and get an answer almost immediately.
Yeah. Well, Clint, you're the man. Thank you so much for your compliments. Is there anything else we should talk about before we wrap up?
The only thing I can think of that I didn't mention before that was very impressive for me is whenever there was a potential showing, you were always there early. You were always on time when the other agents wanted to be there.
Yeah.
And even though sometimes maybe it wasn't convenient for you, you always dropped what you were doing and made a beeline for Honolulu.
Yeah.
And were there to meet the potential buyers. And I think that was a big part of how and why the house sold as well as it did after you took the listing.
Awesome. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Well, you heard it here first, everyone. Thank you so much. Clint, you're the man. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. I enjoyed it.
We'll see you on the next episode.